So one of the things that is really, really important to help your body in healing is having a regulated nervous system. Animals can help with that. So this is Coco, this is Harley. But in this quick little video, what I'm going to walk you through is how to actually calm your nervous system down so you take it out of a sympathetic state into a parasympathetic state. So the sympathetic state is when we're in fight or flight mode and our body is like super stressed out, overwhelmed. When you're in that state, your body can't digest your food properly, you can't think clearly, your emotions may be heightened, you might be feeling a lot of stress and anxiety within your body. We want to come out of that state and actually be in a parasympathetic state, also known as rest and digest. That is the state in which your body can actually properly repair itself. So if you're always in a heightened state of arousal, if you're always stressed out, overwhelmed, and especially if you're trying to lose weight or you're trying to regulate your hormones, trying to heal your body, it is going to be very challenging. In order to actually support your body in healing, you want to come out of the sympathetic state into the parasympathetic state. And one of the best tools for doing that is breathwork and meditation. So I'm going to walk you through a couple of very simple ways to start to regulate your nervous system using breath as well as meditation. There's something called alternate nostril breathing. It is exactly how it sounds. You're breathing through one nostril and then the other. And what that actually does is it activates both hemispheres in your brain, and it also helps your body to calm down. So it is done very simply. Coco is going to sit with me while we do this together. So you're going to bring your right hand up. You're going to bring your 3 fingers down. So you just have your thumb and your baby finger, your pinky finger up. You're going to plug your right nostril with your thumb. You're going to inhale through your left nostril. And then plug your left nostril with your pinky finger. Exhale through your right nostril. Then inhale through your right nostril. Plug your right nostril. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. You can repeat that for as many rounds as you'd like. I usually recommend doing at least 10 rounds. Make a note before you start how you're feeling. And then at the end of the 10 rounds, really make a note and notice how different you feel. Normally, what tends to happen for most people is by the end of the 10 rounds, you feel a lot calmer, a lot more settled, and you're able to actually breathe more deeply, even without the alternate nostril breathing. This is a great way to actually start your day or end your day. And I'm doing it sitting up, but you can actually do this exercise lying down. So one of the things that I do sometimes at night as I'm laying in bed is I will do some alternate nostril breathing as I'm laying down. And then once I feel a little bit more settled in my body, a little bit more relaxed, then I just breathe deeply, and at some point in time, I end up falling asleep. One of the little tools that I love to utilize as I'm drifting off to sleep is I like to practice gratitude. So I start to think about what happened over the course of my day that I am really grateful for. What do I have in my life that I'm grateful for in terms of my relationships, my clients, my colleagues? What in my life do I have that I feel super blessed about? And usually what ends up happening is at some point in time, I drift off to sleep. So that is one of the breathing exercises. The other breathing exercise is something called box breathing. And what you're doing is you're inhaling, you're holding your breath, you're exhaling, you're holding the exhale. So you would literally be like going in a box, right? So you inhale, hold, that's the side of your box. Exhale, hold your lungs empty, and that's the other side of the box. So you go boop, 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 just like that, right? So we'll practice together. You're gonna inhale, exhale, inhale again, exhale, inhale, exhale, and then you can breathe normally in and out through your nose. So I just did 3 rounds there, but as with the alternate nostril breathing, I usually recommend doing at least 10 rounds. It is a great tool to utilize whenever you feel stressed out, overwhelmed, anxious. You want to start to slow your breath down, come out of that fight or flight response, come into the parasympathetic nervous system response. When you do that, you're going to be able to think more clearly. You're going to feel a lot more settled in your body. And your body is going to be able to utilize, if you're like, let's say if you're having something to eat, you're going to be able to digest your nutrients a lot better than if you're in a state of stress. It's actually a really good habit to get into, to do some deep breathing before you eat. Oftentimes people are in a rush. They're eating on the go, they're driving somewhere and they're eating, and they're not really thinking like consciously of what they're putting into their body, and they're in this go state of stress, trying to get to the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. And that's actually not a state that you want to be in. You want to be in that rest and digest state, allowing your body to properly absorb and assimilate the nutrients that you're putting into your body. Not to mention, it just feels better to be in a state of calm rather than being in a state of stress all the time. So these 2 breathing exercises, you can utilize them first thing in the morning. If you get in the habit of doing that, you'll actually enter into your day in a much more calmer rhythm. And you can also do this at the end of your day as you're laying in bed. So you don't have to be sitting up, you can just be laying in bed doing it last thing at night before you fall asleep. And you can utilize, especially the box breathing, you can utilize that breath anywhere. So let's say you're stuck in traffic, you're standing in line at a grocery store, whatever you happen to be doing, you can just do some deep breathing rather than being in your head and all stressed out and anxious. So those are 2 amazing little breath exercises that you can do. And then one of the other things that I love to do is daily meditation. In fact, every single day, first thing in the morning, what I do is I sit cross-legged and I just do some sitting meditation first thing. So you can do that breath exercise, especially the box breathing or alternate nostril breathing, and then come into sitting position and close your eyes. Start to drop into your breath. Make your breath easy, slow, gentle, and do a little scan through your body from head to toe. Notice if there are any areas where you're holding tension. Allow your breath to travel there and soften those areas of tension. And ideally, when we go into meditation, it's important to have your eyes closed, just so you take that gaze inward. And you can hear whatever sounds are in your environment. but try not to get pulled out by anything that you hear. Instead, stay focused and just keep going inward. If your mind wanders, come back to your breath. And then when you're done, you can just gently open your eyes, come back into the world. So if you are new to a meditation practice, I would say start easy, be gentle with yourself. Start with, like, say 10 minutes. You may find that your mind tends to keep going during that meditation. It's like going all over the place, thinking about your day, or something that happened yesterday, or something that's going to be happening 6 months from now. Whenever you find yourself thinking in meditation, just simply go back to your breath. Notice that you're thinking, have no judgment, go back to your breath, and keep practicing that way. So start with, say, 10 minutes, work up to 15, then 20, then 30, and make it a regular part of your daily routine. If you can start your days like that, you're going to find that your days are going to start to flow a lot more smoothly. You're going to be less stressed, less anxious over the course of your day. Make it a regular part of your routine, and the more you can do it, the more you will start to see shifts in your life as a result. I have been an avid meditator since 2007, and it is a daily non-negotiable in my life. I hope you found value in this video. Please give it a thumbs up. Please share it with anyone who could benefit from this information. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye for now. If you like the shirt that I'm wearing, it is actually a sanctuary in Fort Collins, Colorado. So make sure that you check out the captions to learn more about the sanctuary and to support their good work.